You are listening to the Free Spirit Astrology Podcast. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to the Free Spirit Astrology Podcast. I'm your host, Brandy Williams, here to talk to you about the astrological forecast for August 5th through 11th. So we could just jump right into it. I want to welcome everyone to the week of the pause. If you tuned in last week, I discussed that the planet Mercury has slowed down and began moonwalking backwards as he stationed retrograde at 4 degrees of Virgo. Mercury retrograde is approximately a 3-week transit where the planet slows down and begins traveling backwards instead of forward. And Mercury signifies things like communication, technology, business endeavors, and travel. So when Mercury is in retrograde, we usually see some type of issues in these departments. So we should expect travel delays or detours, technology issues, misunderstandings in communication, and we can expect errors or having to do something twice. And so this week and this week only for the month of August, Mercury retrograde is providing a slowdown, bringing our attention to what's not working, any errors, or what needs to be fixed with regard to what we're bringing forth in Leo season. So this could look like a project or something that we're creating from the heart, some type of art, fine art, something that we want to put on the center stage for other people or the world, something that we want to take the lead on, or something that is anchored in our heart-centered happiness and joy. So something that brings us pleasure and connects us to our bliss. Those endeavors are being evaluated during this Mercury retrograde. Something could have been overlooked. And Mercury is in Virgo, is looking for the facts. It wants to recheck something, checking it for efficiency. And this Mercury retrograde wants us to pause and slow down so that it can, look at everything with that Virgo keen eye. And then this Mercury retrograde will travel back to 21 degrees of Leo on August 14th, giving us a do-over, a chance to fix what we could have missed, what we could have rushed through, and giving us a chance to make sure that, when we stamp our name on that, it's going to be looking good and everything's going to be working. All the bells and whistles are where they should be. So during Mercury retrograde, we also want to expect things to take longer than usual. We could see some of our business deals falling through, or, some business deals that we are trying to pursue or purchase may fall through. Miscommunications in business transactions. So that could look like somebody saying, hey, you didn't give me this one thing. And you're like, yes, I did. And then there is some kind of exchange of some product that could not, be from one hand to the other in this transaction. So it's a very good idea to keep tabs on your intellectual property. Keep all of your things backed up in 2 different places, iCloud, on your Google Drive, all the things, and hold on to any important emails and receipts. Don't click that permanent delete button just yet, okay? We could also see a return of the ex-partners, ex-friends trying to spin the block. We could also see people who declined your services previously coming back around to buy from you. We could see people who you may have had disdain or strained relationships with in the past come back to want to re-talk something out. And Mercury retrograde is a really dignified Mercury, because Mercury rules that sign of Virgo. So I meant to say Mercury in Virgo is dignified. So this is the energy of you biting your tongue, having, very a mindfulness in communication, so that we're not just flying off the walls or the handles. Mercury in Virgo is a very methodical communicator. And so that's a pretty good position in the terms of, speaking with somebody about a hard issue. So on August 7th, Venus in Virgo will conjoin Mercury in retrograde, also in Virgo, of course, and she is assisting Mercury with some insight on what needs to be reviewed. Also on August 7th, we will see the Sun in Leo in a productive conversation with Jupiter in Gemini. And so, of course, anything that's conversing with Jupiter is going to be expanded. So we can see bigger ideas, travel plans, more optimism, more play. And so, that's a good time to lean into that and just go with the flow. And so, more about this Mercury and Venus conjunction in Virgo. Um, Venus and Mercury are working together so that they can come up with a solution, so that they can find a resolution for us and those errors that we are needing to fix so that we can be prepared for our do over. And so Mercury is going to want to contemplate something and reflect on something, and Venus is going to want to bring our attention to our own values and our own energy to discern where we need structure in our values. Venus and Virgo wants us to focus on our health and nutrition and our just making sure that we are really prioritizing our own energy. Venus wants us to be intentional about how we are at service to ourselves so that we can be of great service to others in whatever way we are being called to. So she's prescribing some self discipline in our own values, in how we're taking care of ourselves. Are we putting our oxygen mask on first? That the little cliche saying, but I mean, it's definitely important. So these two planets in Virgo are inviting us to a mindful pause, to reflect, and to evaluate something. Virgo wants us to move any stuck energy throughout the body. And we could do this through walks in nature, meditation, shamanic shaking, box breathing, because that's what that Virgo energy wants you to do. It wants you to connect the body with the breath. It also wants you to drop you out of your head and into your body. So any type of practice that can do that for you, yoga. So if you're at the gym, sitting in the sauna a little, before you even start your workout, just something that can connect you to that big, deep breath, that big, deep pause. And so this is important because in the background, underneath it all, you probably already feel it, right? We have big energies brewing as Jupiter and Mars, who are both in Gemini, are building up to their great conjunction. And so that conjunction is taking place next week. But we can already feel that kind of, in our aura and in the ethers of like what we're experiencing, because that Gemini energy does not want to pause. It doesn't want to stop. It doesn't want to reflect. It wants to take action on all the projects because Gemini is a sign of options and being busy and being productive, right? So we could be experiencing some resistance when we even think about taking that pause this week, but it's really wise to honor that pause nonetheless. So on August 8th, there is a phenomenon that occurs where the sun in Leo aligns perfectly with the star Sirius every year. And some intuitives refer to the star Sirius as the sun's sister or brother. Um, its sibling star, right? And because they have similar properties. And so this is known as the Lionsgate 88 portal. This alignment is said to bring spiritual upgrades, energetic downloads, and powerful opportunities for manifestation and spiritual growth. And this portal is complementary to the Mercury retrograde pause because it is also asking that we take a breath, take a beat this week, meditate, journal, frolic in nature. I love that word frolic because I plan to frolic. And if we don't honor the pause, we will miss the energetic gifts that is being offered to us. If we skip out on the frolicking or the silent gaze onto the ocean or sitting next to uh, those beautiful trees at the park and just being, we may just miss out on the power and productivity that stillness offers us. We might just miss out on the alignment or the quiet whispers of the next step on our paths. So this week, and in my opinion, all the time, it is wise to honor the power of the pause. I hope everyone meets their joy this week. And I just want to thank you for listening. Also, if you feel that this episode could resonate with someone else, please share it. Sharing is caring. So share with a friend, family member, coworker. And if you would like to book a reading with me, I'll leave my link in the show notes. Also, if you just want to leave a comment or just chat with me, you could leave a comment on your podcast app, or you could send me a DM on Instagram at Coach B84, and I will also leave that handle in the show notes. And so I thank you so much for listening this week, and I do hope you have a great week. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. You are listening to the Free Spirit Astrology Podcast.